Wakizashi's Tea House. Konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House. How you doing? Are you good? I'm Genki, thank you. Okay, welcome to a new series of video reviews. It's called Wakizashi's Random Picks, and what I'm going to do from now on, weekly, I'm going to choose 3 of the new releases from New Comic Book Day, which is Tuesday and Wednesday now, and I'm going to put a poll out on Twitter, which I did today, and you decide which comic I review. So what I do is I do a random number generator from Google to choose 3 titles out of how many ever they're released. Guess what? Today, well, this week, there were 81 new comics released, if you can believe that. 81! So, the choices I got were Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, issue 8, which is the final issue in the series. Rain, issue 2, which is a Joe Hill horror comic. And the third one was, let me just check it on my notes, Vampyverse, you know, Dynamite, they do like Vampirella, those kind of sexy vampire comics. That was down as well, Vampyverse number 6, and I asked for people to vote on it, and it was a tie between Rain issue 2 and Supergirl. So what I did is I flipped a coin and it came up heads and it was Supergirl. So this is it, this is the cover for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, 8 of 8, say issue 8, written by Tom King with art by the wonderful Bilquis Evely. What a great name. Okay, so what did I think of this issue? Now, I've got to say, I'm going in cold because I've not read any of the previous issues. Okay, this is the concluding issue. I know what you're thinking, but I just wanted to see if I could enjoy it, you know, as a single issue. A random pick chosen by you. Can I enjoy it? The answer was, kind of. I enjoyed the art. The art is beautiful. Look at the cover. It gives you a little bit of an idea, but let me show you. I've got a better image to show here. I'm just going to disappear for a second. Here we go. Look at this. This is 2 pages from inside. This is Bilquis Evely's style. She has a very fantasy, dreamy kind of style. I've seen her work on The Dreaming before, the Sandman series, The Dreaming. I don't know if you picked that up or not. So yeah, beautiful. She suits fantasy. You know, she suits otherworldly styles like different planets, imagination. Great colours as well. It's not Bilquis Evely. I'm not sure who's colouring it, but the colourist has done a fantastic job on here. Okay, let's come back to me. Here we go. So, what is the issue about? Well, basically, it's been a revenge story. I'm not going to give too many spoilers here. I'll leave that to the story summary. But the whole issue is just one person deciding whether or not to take revenge. That's it. And then there's a conclusion. It's got Supergirl, it's got Crypto, it's got Comet, the super horse, and 2 more characters. One is Creme of the Yellow Hills, and the other one, I'm not even sure how you pronounce the name, but it's either Ruthie or Ruthai. So that's about it. So as I say, yes, I went in cold. I've not read what happened before, but I did enjoy it for the art. The art is beautiful. Tom King likes to write a long sentence or 2 or 3 or 20, so there's quite a lot of writing in here. And to be honest, it just felt like it was a long way round to say, okay, this is a revenge story. Will they or won't they do it? And then there's a conclusion. That's it. It took like 20 pages to say that. So, yeah. Anyway. So, I'm going to follow this with my little story summary and then give my concluding thoughts at the end. So, thank you for watching this far. Keep watching. Here's the story. Here we go. The issue opens with a man blindfolded and tied to a tree with a sword at his neck. And he's saying, "Do it. Hell, enjoy it." This is chapter 8. Ruthai, Supergirl, and Creme of the Yellow Hills. Then we jump to Supergirl. She seems to be captured on a planet somewhere, wrapped with barbed-looking wire, and a horse, a super horse, flies in to save her. We see Supergirl watching the horse. It seems to be transforming into a man, or a figure. Beautiful panel here, where you see him looking at her. I love the colours, I love the designs, the shapes. Again, you can see the barbed wire around Supergirl's neck. The woman on the beach called Ruthai, or Ruthie, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, she releases the man. Then she sets the sword in the beach, between them both, the weapon between each of us with equal access to death. Creme of the Yellow Hills dies with the sword, and Ruthai runs. Who's going to reach it first? Crack! Of course, Creme gets booted in the face. And again, crack! But wait a minute, he grabs her leg and throws it onto the ground. "You stupid!" And he picks up the sword. Ruthai dodges out of the way, and one more time, crack! What a surprise! Boots him in the face. I love this panel by Bilquis Evely, the artist. I love the way Krem's falling slowly, blood coming out of his mouth. The sun is shining off the sword, the waves in the background, the sand. It's so fluid, and the colours are great. There's one way that Ruthai can get him to release the sword, and that's jump to bite his arm. He drops the sword, and she picks it up. Krem reaches for the sword, tries to take it off her, but slash! Loses the fingers on his right hand. Lovely composition here on this panel, with Krem in the foreground, Ruthai in the background, and the rocks, the trees bent over. Bilquis Evely, she's killing it with the art in this. And this is the moment. This is it. She's going to chop off his head, getting revenge. But wait, she could not complete the cut. What's wrong with me? Why can't I kill you? And then, look, up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Supergirl. She's carrying a body. And we're told that this was Comet. That was a super horse, right? We saw in the earlier panels. Looks like he's dead or severely injured. Supergirl picks up the sword and approaches Krem. She towers above him, sword in hand, looking like she's gonna finish the job. Wait a minute, Supergirl doesn't kill, does she? I still dream of Krypton. You're nothing, weak, and you're worthless too. Krem is baiting Supergirl. Is he trying to get her to finish the job? You've had your last words. But she can't do it. Because, come on, she's Supergirl, right? She's on a killer. And here we see Ruthai picking up the sword of her father. It looks like her father was killed. Is that why she was looking for revenge? Again, a beautiful panel. Quite a lot of text bubbles. You know Tom King. He loves to write a line or two, doesn't he? But I love the way Supergirl looks here. She's blocking her mouth with her arm. She's holding the sword. Her eyes are bright and shining. Ruthai stays her hand. Then we jump ahead in time. Wow, Supergirl. But she's had a haircut. Not sure if I like it. And she's talking to the old woman who is Ruthai, so it must be years later. And there's Krypto the dog. Supergirl passes a small picture. It looks like the man at the beginning of the story. Is that Krem? Is it a photo? She tosses it into the air. Crash, and it smashes. Ah, right, that must be one of the mirrors in the Phantom Zone. Out he comes. Is it over? Oh lords, I'm so sorry. Please, forgive me, I beg you. Crack. And this is where the issue ends. So how about you? Have you been reading the series? Are you a Tom King fan? Are you a Bilquis Evely fan? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you thought about the whole series. And I'm curious to read it now as a full series. I might even pick up the trade because of Bilquis's art. It's so beautiful. So, as always guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House, signing off for the night, saying matane, see you again. Wakizashi's Tea House. Please subscribe.